the whole evil attitude of the British Empire in the past and what they've done to colonies. I'm sort of like a living colony now. You know, I'm actually, you know, I hate this. I understand now what it is to be the oppressed minority, the real one, as opposed to the fake one. Oh, forget the fake ones talking about Pharaoh, you know, once a year at a Passover dinner. I'm talking about the real oppressed minority. Forget about matzah. Forget about the fables of Pharaoh. Forget about Haman and spinning dreidels and eating knishes. We're talking about a reality going on right now in front of your eyes, but you don't even know it. And what really boils my oil is that so many of the First Amendment lawyers are Jewish, and not one of them will lift a finger to help me unless I put the gelt in their pelt in advance. You get the picture? You don't like what you're hearing? You can take it and shove it down your pipe because it's true, and I can prove it, and I'll be back.
Savage.
University ivory tower types running America, running it off the rail. Dollar slide gives rise to calls for new reserve. People are screaming, stop printing money at town hall meetings. Obama is under fire over the falling dollar, according to Drudge. The debt is driving people over the rails. Budget deficit hits $1.4 trillion for 2009. Gold is scheduled to run through the roof, maybe 2,000. I've told you about that. You know that Swiss America is my friend, and they've been supporting my show from the beginning. I have every right to tell you about it. I've been seeing this coming. Why is this happening? It's happening for good reason, because we have college types, left-wingers, who have never held a job in their life, most of them. They've been inside the universities. They've been inside the cocoon of protection of granting organizations. They have never met a payroll. They don't understand business. And here they are running the largest economy in the world, and they're destroying it. They're doing everything exactly wrong. Everything exactly wrong. The people know better than they do. There's an old liberal phrase in the 70s, when the leaders won't lead, the people must lead the leaders. Remember that one? You used to see it on bumper stickers before they all became psychosexual deviants. It said, when the leaders won't lead, the people must lead the leaders. What happened to that one? What, you mean he's above it all? This one's so smart, he doesn't need any instruction from the people? The people are that stupid? Only the people from Chicago know how to run America? Are you kidding me? We know more than they do about running this country. We just have to, run our lives around them. We have to exist around them. But at the same time, we can't just let them do anything they want. We cannot. Now, there used to be a two-party system in America. That was gone a long time ago. It ended quite a while ago. Two-party system ended with George Bush. Why? There was a strong Democrat opposition to Bush. That we know. They're running the country now. But he destroyed the conservative movement. The fiscal Marxist, I called him a fiscal socialist, at least a year before he was out of office. The fiscal socialist, George Bush, did not permit anyone on the bench to arise in the Republican leadership. He crushed them mercilessly. The Bush machine crushed any true conservative. He threw Tom DeLay overboard. He threw them right out. He made sure they had no power. Why? Because he wanted to make sure the world was safe for Obama. Because what Clinton started and George Bush almost finished, Obama is sure to finish. But for little help from the higher up. Only God can save this country. God intervened when Washington almost lost at Trenton. They almost froze to death crossing that river. There was providence at every step of the way. And I tell you, at this point, it's only providence that could save this country, because I've never seen anything like it. You say, well, we're this close. What is this, alarmism, hysteria, or reality? Well, I'll step back from my own situation. Let me ask you, is what I'm telling you about my situation of any interest to you whatsoever, or am I overindulgent? Shall I drop this topic entirely? Drudge has had it up all day. Cambridge cancels Savage debate. I don't know what he's going to publish. Nobody does. He's absolutely the most iconoclastic man in the media, and probably the most important in the media. He's far more important than your local newspaper. Why is his site thriving while others are dying? Why is Breitbart's site booming while newspapers are dying across America? Because they know what they're talking about. They're the last voices of freedom in the print media, and people clamor to see what they have up. And the government doesn't like them either, which is why you see moves inside the Obama administration to get control over the internet, incidentally. If you think they want to get control of talk radio, you're absolutely right. But their real prize is the internet. They want to be the purveyors of broadband in America. They want to provide free broadband for everyone in the country. Sounds good, doesn't it? Like free health care for everyone? But what comes with that free broadband is government control. In other words, the very socialists who will provide the broadband to everyone will determine the content. The same way the government that will control the medical outcomes in this will control the choices you have in medicine. The choices will become narrower. They'll determine the treatment for everything. Bureaucrats in Washington. If you think HMOs are bad now, you're right. You're right. Nothing compared to what it's going to be when Bonnie Frank's boys get control of the medical outcomes. You think you have trouble waiting now to get approval from an HMO? Wait until Obamacare comes to a neighborhood near you. See if the government will be responsive to your needs. You say there are no death panels? You're wrong. There are death panels. They don't call them that, though. They say it's all myth. They're liars. I read the report. It's in there. In fact, Rahm Emanuel's brother Ezekiel Emanuel wrote that a person 65 years of age has lived 40 years longer than a person 25 years of age. They've enjoyed 40 years more of life, and they're not entitled to as much medical care as a person 25 years old. So that's what? Tell me what that is. Oh, I guess that's freedom of speech. I guess that's the kind of stuff that they want outlawed not only in Britain but in America. I guess that's what Nancy Pelosi means by fascism and Nazism, somebody who's actually telling you what is in the health care bill. Yeah, I guess they don't want that either. And so you could be a good liberal. I hope you are a good liberal, because a true liberal would defend me right now. If you are fobbing this off and saying it's nothing but right-wing this or right-wing that, then you've lost. You've lost everything. You've lost everything you once believed in. You've lost everything you once believed in. You have become the enemy themselves. If you don't actually understand how dangerous this is, that a person in the media could be banned from a nation simply for expressing his opinions, no matter how strong they are. I never called for revolution. I never called for death. I never did any of those things. Never. And so, therefore, if you don't support me, and then you say, well, Cambridge invited him to debate, and they cancel the debate, I don't care, then what are you? What do you care about? The wine country? Are you one of those you care about the gourmet lifestyle, like so many of the left? That's all they do is talk about wine and food like it's the only thing on earth. We all love a good drink and a good meal, but at a certain point you have to stop being a chaza. You know what that is? A word for a pig. Because you're nothing but a two-legged pig if that's all you live for. If all you do is live to go to Provence, a year in Provence, then you're nothing but a two-legged pig in lipstick. Let me tell you. You're nothing but a two-legged pig in lipstick. Your dog eating dog food is more of a being than you are. Your dog has more dignity than you are. If all you talk about is the wine country, and you're a wine snob, and you know how to twirl a wine. I've heard them here in the Bay Area. I watch them on television, on these talk shows, these television shows. They think they're sophisticated. They came from in the middle of nowhere, and they learn how to hold a wine glass and how to only pour 2 ounces in it. Suddenly think they're smarter than their Uncle Joe who drinks a beer back in Toledo. They're more sophisticated because they got an earring on and their hair is pink. They're smarter than their Uncle Joe. They're smarter than their grandfather who died in Iwo Jima. So they think. God bless America. God save the Queen. This is the Savage Nation. Please go to michaelsavage.com and check out Banned in Britain, the whole story on Savage's Cambridge debate terminated.